Okay, in this video, you have x to the third power. So you have three answers that you need to calculate. Okay. Now you're set. You also have an x that's not to the third, so you're going to have to factor. So you're set on the factoring. And there's two terms. So with two terms, we do the same thing we've always done. We set up the greatest common factor box and then the difference of perfect squares box. Okay, so the GCF, you don't need the negative, but you are going to need x. Okay. Now 2 and 80, or sorry, this 81's wrong. This should be, instead of 81, this should be 162. Okay, I wrote that wrong. Okay, so 2 and 162, look at 2, 1 and 2. Now we know 2 divides by 2. How about 162? Yup, it does. So 2x. So 2 is coming out with an x, and then 2x, 2x. So that's 1. Now remember how to divide x's. You take that x out, but I take 1 away from 3, and it goes to 2. Okay, so it's 1x to the power of 2 now. And then that's 81, and then these x's can go bye-bye. Now you see if this, from here to here, this expression's a difference of perfect squares. Well, you have a minus, and 81's a perfect square because that's 9 by 9. 1's always 1 times 1, and the x is second's xx. So indeed, it's a perfect difference of perfect squares. So it's 1x, 1x, and then 9, 9. You don't really need to put the 1's in front of your x's if you don't want to. Now my 2x comes down here, and I have factored the expression. Okay, 2x times 1x plus 9 times 1x minus 9. So this has an x, so that's an important factor. That's F1, that's F2, that's F3. So I set them all equal to 0. 2 times x could be 0. 1x plus 9 could equal 0. 1x minus 9 could equal 0. So here I'd go straight to the division step. That's 0. Here I would minus 9. That's negative 9. Dividing by 1 is stupid, so negative 9. Plus 9, plus 9, that takes you to 9. Divided by 1 is still 9. So those are your three solutions. Okay, now my next problem, I have three answers. And also, as long as I have this x that's not to the third power, I'm going to need to make my factoring boxes. So we're set, okay? And I can see, again, there's two terms. So GCF. And then I see if I have a difference of perfect squares. Okay, we don't need the negative. We are going to need x, though, okay? And then 1 and 100. Now, 1's your lowest, so it's 1. Now I don't cross this out because I have 1 with x, so I actually need to go through and with this step. So that's 1. To divide x to the third by x, we get rid of the x on the divisor, and then take that down to a 2. So 1x to the second minus 100, and these are the same power, so they cancel. Now we have a minus. Remember, we're looking here, and 100's here. That's 10 by 10. And 1 is 1 times 1, and then xx, okay? So we have 1x or x, 1x or just x, and then 10 and 10. Now this 1x here, I bring that down because that's an important factor, okay? All I really did was take this expression that I started with and rewrote it. But now it makes it a lot easier to solve the equation because we have F1, F2, and F3. So 1x could equal 0. 1x plus 10 could equal 0. And 1x minus 10 could equal 0. So all my x's are multiplied by 1. Here I go straight to the division. 0 divided by 1, 0. Here I take 10 away. I get negative 10 divided by 1. Negative 10 divided by 1 is negative 10. And here I add 10 to both sides, and that's positive 10. You don't need to divide by 1, okay? So 3 answers. Next example, we have 3 answers again. And we also have x's that aren't to the third power, actually 2 of them. So we're going to have to factor the expression. So you're set, okay? And 3 terms. You have to use this factoring crap anytime you have x's that are not all to the same power. And then my table, the AC table, because that's 3 terms. So the greatest common factor. Well, you don't need a negative, but you darn sure need x because they all have x. And then 5, 30, and 40. 5 is a prime number, so they all better be divisible. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So I definitely want to use 5. So 5x, come on out. And then I divide by 5x. Okay, 5 divided by 5 is 1, so I take that away, and I take that down to a 2. And then minus 6, take that away, and that goes down to just an x. It'd be to the first, but we write that as just x. And then that would be 8, and since these are the identical powers, they get canceled. Okay, then I go A, B, C. Now, positive 1 times positive 8 is positive 8, so it's an add to try to come up with 6. 6 being negative. That's not 6. 8 divided by 2 is 4. That would be 6. So my 6 is negative, means my 4 is negative. I got a positive up there, so if I have a positive up there, the signs have to be the same. So minus 2 minus 4. Now my a is 1x to the second, so since a is 1, we can disregard it and just get by with 2 parentheses. Because x to the second is very easy to break down. X minus 2 minus 4. Now this GCF of 5x comes down here. And this equals 0. Now they all have x, so F1, F2, F3. So 5x could equal 0, x minus 2 could equal 0, x minus 4 could equal 0. So here I go straight to the division, and that's 0. I add 2 here, and I get 2 and 4. 0, 2, and 4 are the 3 solutions for the equation, possible solutions. Okay, my next one, 2x to the third plus 2x to the second minus 144x equals 0. There's 3 answers again. And you have other x to other powers than just the third. Okay, you have a second and a first. So you're going to have to make sure it's set, which it is, so you can factor. So that's 3 terms. And my table. Okay, so GCF negative in front, no. We have x on everything, so we need x. Okay, 2, 2, and 144, so 2, 1, and 2. Well, obviously the 2's will both divide by 2, and so will 144. So 2x comes out. So I go up and divide out by 2x. So that's going to be 1. Take that to a 2. The next quotient's 1, and that goes to just an x. And then we have minus 72, and those go bye-bye. So now I have a quadratic, okay? Quadratic means it's to the second power now. So that's going to be negative 72, okay? So negative would be a minus trying to get to 1 positive, okay? Obviously, it's not that. Divide by 2 is 36, but that isn't close. 72 divided by 3 is 24. Can't be that. 72 divided by 4 is 18. 18 minus 4 is not 1. 72 divided by 5 is a decimal. 72 divided by 6 is 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. 72 divided by 7 is a decimal. 72 divided by 8 is 9. There we go. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we got plus 1. We have a negative here, so the signs of the factors have to be opposite. Now again, my a is 1x to the second, so you can get rid of your 1, okay, and just make one line of parentheses, because x second's easy to break down. And then minus 8 plus 9. Now we did have the 2x as the greatest common factor, so that's why I always had you write that down, because now you see there's an x in that parentheses. So f1's 2x, f2 is x minus 8, f3 is x plus 9. It's called factoring. So 2x could equal 0, x minus 8 could equal 0, or x plus 9 could equal 0. So I will be dividing by 2 here, and that's 0. Plus 8, that's 8. Minus 9, that's negative 9. Okay, hopefully that made sense, and you have 2 to do on your own.